Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. We begin our service on page 4 with Hinei Ma Tov, how good it is to be with our brothers and sisters, singing in song. Hinei Ma Tov, u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov, u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Ma Tov, u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov, u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Ma Tov, u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Tonight we have a powerful and incredible and honorable Shabbat service as we honor our veterans, those men and women who served our country in honor and duty. And I'm supposed to make a special welcome on behalf of our vets. We want to say hello to those watching in Florida, Texas, my old state, California, New York, and especially Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma, Hillel, and their executive director, Casey Shelton, who's an Alabama native, and her father was a professor at Auburn. Shabbat Shalom to all of you, and please sing with us and join with us and celebrate Shabbat. And we turn to our prayer book on page 9 for our candlelight blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, metzivanu lehatlik ner, lehatlik ner shel Shabbat.
One thing is for certain, you do not mess with the Sergeant Major, and it's our honor to welcome Herrn Rosenbaum to the Bima as he leads us in Kiddush, pages 9 and 10. And for those who are able at home, we rise together.
thankful for the blessings of the past week, for life and strength, for home and love and friendship, for the disciplines of our trials and temptations, and for the happiness that has come to us out of our labors. You have ennobled us, O God, by the blessings of work and in love. You have sanctified us in the Shabbat rest and worship as ordained in the Torah. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. On the seventh day is Shabbat, to be hallowed unto the Lord your God. Is that it? Oh, you may do the... Yeah. All right. What page is that?
10 for you. 10 up top.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruits of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagofen.
Amen. Oh. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho me'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'asei v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh zeichel yitziat mitzrayim kifanu bacharta beotanu kidashta mikol hamim b'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinichaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, please be seated. We turn to page 6 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzitchem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We continue with Lechado D on page 4. Lechandoni likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechandoni likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha tishmiyanu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad v'shemo echad. Shemul tiferet v'litin אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו בני אלחקים, מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשם בתחילה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי, אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We rise together to greet the Shabbat bride.
בואי ושלום עטרת מלכה, בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. We continue with our Chetzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא תברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם, וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמא, ואמרו amen.
For those who are able, we rise together and we turn to the bottom of page 11.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Please be seated. And it's our honor to welcome to the Bima Captain of the United States Army, Julian Brooke, to lead us in a reading on page 13.
Master of the universe, grant me the ability to be alone. May it be my custom to go outdoors each day, among the trees and grasses, among all growing things, there to be alone and enter into prayer. There may I express all that is in my heart, walking with God to whom I belong. And may all grasses, trees, and plants awake at my coming. Send the power of their life into my prayer, making whole my heart and my speech through the life and spirit of growing things, made whole by their transcendent source. Oh, that they would enter into my prayer. Then would I fully open my heart in prayer, supplication, and holy speech. Then, O God, would I pour out the words of my heart before your presence.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד, שם כבוד, מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
It's our honor to welcome to the Bima Milton Goldstein, First Lieutenant, United States Army, to lead us in a reading at the bottom of page 20.
As a matter of truth and of faith, we proclaim that the Lord, Adonai, is our God and there is none else. And we are Israel, God's people.
God has freed us from the grip of earthly rulers.
Our sovereign redeemed us from the fist of tyrants. God has done great things and countless wonders that surpass our understanding, giving us life we have not stumbled. God has given us miracles to overcome Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, and from their midst Israel was brought to eternal freedom. When the children of Israel witnessed the divine power, they extolled God, gave thanks, and accepted God's dominion.
With great joy,
Moses and all Israel sang this song.
כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די.
It's our pleasure to welcome Captain Martin Green, United States Air Force, to lead us of the reading at the top of page 23.
Lord, Adonai, our God, cause us to lie down in peace and raise us up, our sovereign, to life. Cover us with the sukkah of your peace. Improve us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us Remove from us enmity, pestilence, war, hunger, and anguish. Let there be no evil before us or behind us. Protect us within the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and our helper, our divine ruler, merciful and gracious. Guard our going out and our coming into life and to peace, now and forevermore. Cover us with the sukkah of your peace. Blessed are you, Lord Adonai, who spreads the sukkah of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, B'hamideinu malkeinu, save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, B'hamideinu malkeinu,
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant forever. It is a sign between me and the people of Israel that in 6 days God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God rested and was renewed. Vishamru, the bottom of page 23.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת מי נפש.
For those who are able, we rise together for tefillah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el hagadol hagibor mehanora אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, מקונה הכל, מזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה, רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. It's our pleasure once again to welcome our Sergeant Major, Herb Rosenbaum, to lead us the reading. Rabbi Heschel, bottom of page 29.
The meaning of this Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week we live under the tyranny of things in space. On Shabbat we try to become attuned to holiness and time. It is the day when we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world.
It's our honor to welcome Robert Rutzin, Lieutenant, United States Navy, to read us the reading, the top of page 35, the prayer for peace.
Grant us peace, the most precious gift, O thou eternal source of peace, and enable Israel to be its messenger unto the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may ever be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among the inhabitants of all lands. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of thy name hallow every home and every heart. Praise be thou, Lord, giver of peace.
ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון Shalom, shalom rab al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We take a few moments for silent prayer.
יהיו רצון אמרי פי, יהיו רצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart, be acceptable before you. O God, my rock and my redeemer. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, מעל כל ישראל, ואמרו ואמרו, אמן.
It's at the moment in our service when we think of those in our community who are in need of healing of body or spirit. On the Shabbat, we take the time especially to think of Cindy Bailey, Dr. Jason Bailey, Katie Bates, Christy St. Charles and Don St. Charles, Danny Jones, Brian Cohn, Bart Kolber, Diane Larson, Priscilla Leaf, Barton Leaf, Wayne Lewis, Vicky Luger, Kaki Colette Mendel, Adam Nichols, Isaac Petrosky, Bethany Pridmore, Nancy Russo, Beth Scherer, Jay Shore, Robin Silverman Ayers, Dr. Lynn Simons, Jesse Weisberg, Marguerite Varon, and we also especially are thinking of who would have been here tonight, Marjorie Rosenbaum. We're hoping that you are feeling better. And take the time now to think of your own loved ones who are in need of healing of body and spirit. Or Misha Berach, the bottom of page 38.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It's our pleasure to welcome to the Bema Lieutenant Robert Rutzstein, who will share tonight's drash.
Good Shabbos, everyone, regardless where you are. The title of this talk is Jews and the American Military, a paradox or not? Whereas the contributions of the American Jewish community in the areas of science, medicine, law, politics, the arts, and entertainment have been well publicized and praised, the same cannot be said for their contributions to the military. Does this imply that Jews exempted themselves from the military service, being unwilling or unable to serve, and when they serve, made minimal contributions? Definitely not. Jewish military personnel have comprised a significant proportion of the armed forces and have served with great distinction in all branches and in every major conflict to which America has been involved. Over 1 million Jews have served from colonial times to the present. In many wars, Jews have had a higher percentage in the military than their percentage in the total population. Jews have gained fame for their military service and have received awards and decorations for distinguished service, valor, and heroism. Depending on the source, anywhere from 17 to 27 have received the military's most prestigious award, the Congressional Medal of Honor. To commemorate Veterans Day and honor our Jewish veterans, I will highlight little-known facts regarding their heroic service, along with instances of individual bravery from the colonial era to the present. The colonial era. Jews began serving in the military over 360 years ago. In 1654, Asher Levy, one of the original 23 Jewish settlers of New Amsterdam, demanded the right to bear arms in defense of his community. Because of their faith, however, Jews had been excluded from the militia and were forced to pay a compensatory fee for their lack of service. After 2 years of filing petitions with the colonial court, only then were Levi and his Jewish comrades permitted to serve. The Revolutionary War. American Jews served in numbers disproportionate to their small population of this period. Of the estimated Jewish population of approximately 3,160 served on the colonial side in this conflict. 46 Jews are known to have perished in the war, including Francis Salvador, the first Jew known to die for the cause of American independence. Polish-born Chaim Solomon, who immigrated to New York and was a friend of George Washington, was a key financier of the Revolutionary War who helped fund the Continental Army. General Washington conducted the Yorktown Campaign, which proved to be the final battle of the Revolutionary War, thanks to Chaim Solomon. The War of 1812. Jews were involved on land and sea in fighting the British. Uriah Phillips Levy, who served as a sailing master, disrupted the flow of numerous British ships carrying supplies. He also is credited with bringing about the abolition of corporal punishment or flogging in the Navy. During his service, he faced extreme bigotry and anti-Semitism and was court-martialed and found guilty 6 times by his fellow naval officers, and each time the verdict was overturned. He was eventually promoted to the rank of Commodore, essentially an admiral equivalent, the first Jew to hold this prestigious rank. His military service is memorialized through the Commodore Uriah P. Levy Center and Jewish Chapel at the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis, Maryland, which was dedicated in 2005. The Civil War. Jews served and supported both the Union Army of the northern states and the Confederate State Army of the southern states of America. Some 150,000 Jews lived in the USA at this time, approximately 0.5% of the population. Conservative estimates indicate anywhere from 8,500 to 10,000 Jews served during the Civil War, approximately 7,000 for the Union and 3,000 for the Confederacy. 9 generals, 4 Union and 5 Confederate, and 21 colonels were Jewish. The Congressional Medal of Honor was established by Congress during the Civil War. 6 Jews receiving this prestigious award. Approximately 600 Jewish servicemen, however, died in battle. Interestingly, according to the article Jewish Confederates by Gary Ayers, which was published in 2007, one of the largest ethnic groups to serve the Confederate States of America were first, second, and third generation Jews. By 1800, the largest Jewish community in America lived in Charleston, South Carolina. At the beginning of the Civil War, which was 1861, a third of all the Jews in America lived in Louisiana. Based on Ayers' estimates, as many as 6,000 to 10,000 Jews, not 3,000, fought for the Confederacy, with 2,000 of them being officers or in the Confederate government. Judah Benjamin, referred to as the brains of the Confederacy, who served as Attorney General, Secretary of War, and Secretary of State for the Confederacy, was Jewish. According to Ayers, Jews reportedly prospered more in the South than the North, the South being more tolerant to the Jews. Ayers emphasized, however, that Confederate Jews were not fighting for the perpetuation of slavery, but for the principles of state rights and free trade, and in defense of their homes, which were being ruthlessly invaded. Despite the service of Jews on both sides of the Civil War, Mark Twain, in his 1899 article concerning the Jews, provoked anti-Semitism and bigotry by criticizing the Jews for their lack of patriotism and unwillingness to serve. When presented with statistics proving Jewish participation in the military, Twain rescinded his remarks and commended Jewish service in his 1904 article, The American Jew as a Soldier. 2 developments resulting from the Civil War had positive consequences for Jews presently serving in the American military. In 1862, the first official Jewish chaplain, Jacob Frankel of Philadelphia, was appointed by President Lincoln. Prior to that, a military chaplain was required to be an ordained Christian minister, making rabbis ineligible to serve. Also, in 1896, 78 Jewish Civil War veterans met in New York City and formed the Hebrew Union Veterans Association, the precursor of the Jewish war veterans. The Jewish war veterans, the patriotic voice of American Jewry, is presently America's oldest continuously active veterans organization. Its mission includes combating anti-Semitism and bigotry, preserving the records of patriotic services performed by men and women of the Jewish faith, and honoring the memories and shielding from neglect the graves of heroic Jewish veterans. The Jewish War Veteran presently has an estimated 15,000 members, including the 23 veterans of Post 608 here in Birmingham, Alabama. World War I, which was referred to by President Woodrow Wilson as the war to end all wars. Many Jews immigrated from Eastern and Central Europe during this period, and one of the most noteworthy features of the Jewish military experience was the speed with which these immigrant Jews chose to serve their country and be identified as loyal Americans. In World War I, there were more than 250,000 Jews who served, 1,100 receiving decorations for bravery. Over 3,500 perished and 12,000 were wounded. One prominent story affecting Jews currently serving in the military involved Jewish serviceman William Shemin. The heroic Sergeant Shemin sprinted across a battlefield and pulled many wounded comrades to safety, no fewer than 3 times. The 19-year-old then took over command of his unit and led it to safety. Shemin was awarded the Purple Heart and Distinguished Service Cross in 1919, which was upgraded posthumously to the Congressional Medal of Honor in June 2015 in a ceremony at the White House. President Obama signed the National Defense Authorization Act, which contains a provision known as the William Shemin Jewish World War I Veterans Act, providing for a Pentagon review of Jewish servicemen and servicewomen who may have been overlooked for the Congressional Medal of Honor because of their faith. Regarding Jews serving in World War I, the finest tribute was given by General John J. Pershing, who said the following: "When the time came to serve their country under arms, no class of people served with more patriotism or with higher motives than the young Jews who volunteered or were drafted and went overseas with our other young Americans to fight the enemy." World War II. An estimated 550,000 Jews out of a total Jewish population of 4,770,000 served in the various branches of the United States Armed Forces between 1941 and 1945. Approximately 11,000 perished and approximately 40,000 were wounded. Very interestingly, Jews comprised approximately 3.3% of the general population, whereas 4.23% of the U.S. military service members were Jewish, a clear overrepresentation. Roughly 52,000 received military awards for their service. Thousands of Jewish women entered the military during World War II. Lieutenant Frances Slanger, an Army nurse, was one of the first nurses to land in Normandy, France, wading ashore with a hospital platoon. She actually had to hold on to the backpacks of GIs in front of her to keep from being swept under the high waves of the ocean. When she landed, she took care of many wounded soldiers on the beach. She felt very proud of the GIs that she wrote a letter to Stars and Stripes praising their heroism. Unfortunately, a German shell landed near her and 4 other nurses. As she lay dying, she insisted that medics take care of the other wounded first. Lieutenant Slanger was the only Army nurse to die due to enemy fire in the European theater of World War II. Jewish women veterans returning honored her by forming the Jewish War Veteran Frances Slanger Memorial Post in Boston, which has only women veterans as members. President Franklin Roosevelt praised the dedication, loyalty, and service of Jewish men and women, as did General Douglas MacArthur, who in one of his speeches stated the following: "I am proud to join in saluting the memory of fallen Jewish heroes, of American heroes of the Jewish faith," and I end quote. Korea and Vietnam Wars. Over 150,000 and 30,000 Jews served in the Korean and Vietnam Wars, respectively. Tibor Rubin, a Hungarian Holocaust survivor and proud new American citizen, exhibited exceptional bravery during the Korean War. Despite being wounded and a prisoner of war for 2.5 years, Corporal Rubin was credited with saving the lives of 35 to 40 servicemen suffering from hunger, filth, and disease. Rubin, using the survival skills he learned in a Nazi concentration camp, risked his own life by repeatedly sneaking out in the night, stealing food, water, and medicine from his captors, and giving it to his fellow prisoners of war. Despite his unparalleled acts of heroism, Rubin was denied the Congressional Medal of Honor because of his Jewish faith. 55 years later, in the year 2005, President George W. Bush presented the prestigious medal in a ceremony at the White House for Rubin's heroic actions. In 2016, President Obama renamed the Long Beach, California Veterans Administration Medical Center after Corporal Rubin. 2 Jewish servicemen, Sergeant John Levitow, Air Force, and Colonel Jack Jacobs, Army, received the Congressional Medal of Honor for their heroic service in the Vietnam War. Wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. As of May 2020, there have been 58 American Jewish casualties, including 2 females, of Operation Iraqi Freedom, New Dawn, and Freedom Sentinel. As implemented by the Jewish war veterans, their names are recited in synagogues throughout America during Shabbat services on Memorial Day weekend. Despite all this information I've given you, still today, however, the misconception by some that Jews somehow either exempted or still exempt themselves from military service exists. Okay? The Jewish Chaplains Council estimates there are currently 10,000 known Jewish servicemen and servicewomen on active duty. However, as noted by Suzanne in her article in 2011, Jews in the Military, there presently is no census for religion in the military. Thus, no real statistics exist for the number of Jews in uniform. Some non-observant Jewish servicemen and servicewomen check no preference for their religious affiliation. Jewish military chaplains interviewed by Susan reported that often the Jewish soldiers that seek them out are unaffiliated on paper. Also, of the 58 Jewish casualties in the Iraq-Afghanistan wars, only 30 to 40% had not registered as Jews, and the religious background only became apparent after their deaths. This may be because some anticipate deployment to a Muslim country and are concerned about being identified by the enemy as being Jewish. Others possibly don't feel the need to express their faith on paper, possibly fearing prejudices and preconceptions. So there may be many more Jews in the military than previously assumed, resulting in the Jewish population presently being underrepresented. In closing, without a doubt, in America, we are the most free, most prosperous, and most influential Jewish community in the history of the world. We are presidents of corporations, senators, congressmen, justices of the Supreme Court, doctors and lawyers, college professors, Nobel Prize winners, and other achievers too numerous to mention. Since colonial times, Jews have given of themselves to protect and defend our country and have served in every major skirmish, battle, and war. The Jewish people can stand tall and proud of the accomplishments of Jewish veterans of past service, as well as the Jewish servicemen, women currently serving in America's armed forces and have a duty to continue serve our country. Thank you, and God bless America, and God bless our veterans.
Thank you, Bob, and it's our pleasure and honor. We'd like to invite up all of our veterans tonight to join us on the bima, just spread out a little bit as Cantor Whitner blesses you, the blessing which has been with our people for thousands of years, and this is a blessing that will give you strength give you peace. And on behalf of Temple Emanu-El, we thank you for your service. And for those watching at home and for those here tonight who are able, we invite you to rise in their honor and support.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and forever protect you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
May God's face forever bring you peace and forever embrace you and give you his love.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך
And once more, wherever and if you face pain and adversity, may God's face lift you up. May God forever bring you peace. And we'd like to do a reading, the vets together, the prayer for the United States of America. Feel free to use my prayer book on page 129.
May the God who blessed our ancestors in every generation bless this holy congregation. Watch over its leaders, give us wisdom, and guide us to act for the welfare of your Torah and your people. Bless those who dedicate themselves to its welfare. May they be rewarded for their generosity and kindness. Imbue us with your love for our people. May we ever reach out to help those in need, and may your Torah and mitzvot guide us. Remove from us sickness and strife, and may we be forgiven our sins. Open our hearts to be kind and loving to our fellow congregants, and help us bring the blessings of your love and your Torah to all those in need. As you have blessed those who came before us, bless us and our children. And we say together, Amen.
And we remain standing for Aleinu, page 40.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. מה אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Yesh hochavim sha'oram magia artsa, ra ka'asher chem atmam abdo einam. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways that we remember. On this Shabbat, we recall the yortzites of Gloria Abel Waldron, Lenora Ayland, Charles Edwin Alexander, David J. Applebaum, Larry Barris, Alvin Bierman, Rose Belitsky, Leonore Wolk Berman, Edward Berman, Evelyn Bloom, Adolf Berzanski, Marion Breyer, Donald H. Rowdy, Babsia Marie Brzezinska, Robin Cohen, Nina F. Cohen, Ann E. Cohn, Lawrence Cohn, Bessie S. Cooper, Joe Danis, Marion W. Freeling, Herman Goldstein, Joseph Gottlieb, J. Randall Gottlieb, Molly Gottlieb, Hortense Hellsberg, Howard J. Hellsberg, Eric Hershowitz, Margaret Johnson, Harry Koch, Paul Landy, Florence Rice Liebensberger, Philip Levitt, Sadie Levy, Sadie Lichtenstein Lewis, Milton Mack, Joanne Marsala, Flora May, Victor Malinkin, Barbara S. Michael, Margaret Miller, James Bowman Monroe, Sophie Varlo Nados, Becky Pearl, Gerald Popkin, Grace E. Sauls, Lillian Schultz, Goldie B. Chandler, Joel Silverman, Abraham Slaughter, Samuel Smith, Emmanuel Solomon, Natalie Gordon Sperling, Rebecca Benton Staff, Leona Evelyn Stamler, Harry M. Strauss Sr., Muriel Sutker, Estelle Wertheimer, Alvin Wolin, and Roberta Yurton, and our heartfelt condolences in the recent passings of Regina Toriel, Ruth Nemeth, Stephen Weisberg, Rucker Collier, Beverly Ginsburg Landy.
Sheila and Paul Klein.
May all of their memories forever be a blessing, and we rise together as a holy congregation for Mourner's Kaddish on page 44. Yikadal Vikadash Shemei Rabbah, Bioma Divra Chirote Vamlich Malchute, B'chayachon V'yomechon Uvkayet Kol Beit Yisrael, Bagala Vizman Kariv V'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Hitbar, Hitromam, Nihitnaseh, Vita Dar, Vita Le, Vita Lal, Shemei Kudsha,
Barichu.
Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbechata V'Nechamata, Damin Ram Bioma V'Yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'Chaim Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael, V'Yimru. Amen. Osei Shalom B'Imromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael, V'Yimru. Amen.
Ose shalom pimromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, me'imeru. Amen.
As we conclude this service, honoring our veterans, those who put duty over personal endeavors, we thank you so much on behalf of Temple Emanu-El, the Jewish community, and our country. We conclude with America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos.